Shaka Khan!
Is this thing on?
I love it.
Luke's angry.
You win 10 points for that start. That was pretty funny. Hi, everyone out there in the real world that is slowly falling apart. We are here at Uncensored Radio for UCR Live for another week. Just, trying to make sense of it all. Putting one foot in front of the other. And we're going. And we're here. As a famous person once said, look, I'm here. And that's the general vibe of the show tonight. We're here. We're ready.
I'm
So,
here.
Jeffrey is here. How are you, Jeffrey?
Oh my god, I don't want to be here.
Oh wow.
Oh, I'm tired.
Stop stealing my lines, Jeff.
I've worked here. I've worked too many hours in a very short time frame. We lost power in one store. It had to do with the power box. It was just changed by the power company, but somehow it was our fault. Whatever. Fuck right.
Whatever.
Yeah. And then like the mesh router system I got. No. So it was messing with my smart light bulbs, and they're in the bathroom. So, you're like
the lights are flickering on and off.
Yeah, I don't want to say the name because it'll start turning shit on and off in the house. But so and so, turn the light on, turn the light off in the John. And it just wasn't working. To be like, light's not responding, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what? The light bulb's not very smart. So, what does Daddy do? Go buy a whole new mesh router system, and now guess what? All the light bulbs work, and they turn off and on by voice command. Which I don't know if this was a good thing or a bad thing, because
fancy.
Not only do they turn on and off, but they change color, and the kids are constantly changing the color. And I'm like, stop turning it red.
You're making Daddy psychotic.
Like a prostitute ring.
Right.
So are your squirrel friends gone now, Jeff? Are they long gone?
I cannot confirm or deny.
Oh, no.
Are they on milk cartons?
I want to ask about how's the hamster or whatever it is, the guinea pig.
Oh, the pet rat thing? Yeah, that fucking thing's over there.
What we're hearing? Like
I've cleaned the cage twice, and then finally the last time I was like, all right, no, I'm done. This is yours. It's on you. You have to do it the whole thing yourself this time. And they did.
Responsibility.
They feed the damn thing every morning. They take care of it. And I mean, they sweep it out. Like they go through the cage every day, but they did a full changeover. And I mean, I'm kind of obsessed about it. I kind of do it like every couple of days because I can't. The thing shits a lot. Yeah. But
every day's a good plan.
Yeah, they go in and sweep up after. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it does.
I know.
So they
it's shit.
And the thing is like Tyler. It's kind of skittish, It's young, but the damn thing loves Tyler. Tyler puts his hand in there, goes right up to him. I'm like,
look at this companion animal. That's cute.
Yeah. He really, really wants a cat though, and I'm like.
The cat will eat the guinea pig.
I don't care. But if the cat scratches the furniture,
that's a problem.
Right. I'm going to be the dad that gets rid of my kid's support animal.
Yeah. You just need to get at those little things on its claws. We talked about this.
I don't care what people say. Like, you see, people go to the you have all the animal groups on Facebook. And people are going like, I feel horrible, but, this is not working out for our family. We need to rehome our animal. And people attack them.
Yes.
Or
that's why you don't tell people.
People that are, but where else are you supposed to go to rehome them, right? It's a rehoming group, and people are attacking them for rehoming them. Or people
you
at the
accidentally
SPCA
left the back door open.
Are attacking them. And it's like, you work for the SPCA, the group, and you're attacking people Okay, so then you wonder why people just go and drop animals off in a fucking field. Because you assholes are up on your high horse attacking them for trying to find the animals a new home because it didn't work out. Because the one dog was being aggressive towards their child. And it just didn't work out. So they're trying to find the animal a new home. And instead, I mean, the audacity of fucking people just blows my mind. I can't. It just drives me nuts.
We will talk more about the audacity of people later today.
I fucking hate people.
How's our audacious Luke today? He's here.
Audacious
You're living
Luke.
a pastel dream. You live like it's a pastel.
Don't even get me going. Look, I threw on some tinted moisturizer real quick before I come on, so now it's just made me look like I'm in a coma. Yes, that's the one. Except I'm not. I don't have the energy of a crackhead. I've just got a lot on, and tonight I've got to go and do like 3-hour dress rehearsal at a theater. This is my daughter's dancing group that now I'm a part of because yay. But so
you
that's
love it. You love it.
No, I'm so tired. This is my day off, and I'm the busiest I've been ever. I've got to just do lots. Dancing? Yeah, I'm dancing in the concert as well. I don't know why.
Loves it.
I want to see it. I want to see it happening. I want to see. I want to see.
There will be footage. There'll be footage.
See, he loves it. Loves it.
Look at us. Look at the panel branching out into different areas of the arts. Probably so busy.
Very reluctantly.
Very reluctantly. But yeah, here is the most important.
I'm here!
Another person who's here is resident heterosexual Tim. How are you?
Where's your tinted moisturizer, Tim?
Still straight. Still straight. and married. And now I'm married.
Well, because you married.
That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, my uncle, who was homosexual, had a beard, as they say. So, who knows? There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Little by little, every Thursday night, right? I slowly. But,
oh my God.
Actually, in contradiction to Luke's hectic life, my Uncensored wedding is now starting to wind down. So I'm stuck at home doing like I can only rake so many leaves in the front yard and before I start to go nuts. So it's just like trying to find busy work.
You need to start yourself on like remember everyone used to build a den or a games room when the dads used to like, I'm gonna build a games room. I'm gonna build a den.
Well, my studio, if you will, now, my studio or ex-dialysis room could use a makeover. But Melissa wants to knock down a wall and make the kitchen bigger, so I just wait for my orders now. That's it.
Renovation rescue at your house. That's exciting.
Yeah, we just have to wait for a family member to die to get the inheritance. So
get that funding. Get that funding. I hear.
Well, it's not going to be you now that you're not on dialysis anymore.
I was uninsurable anyway, so my death is only a burden, just like my life.
Yeah, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. We need someone. We need someone with.
You mean I've got to pay for his casket and then right in the compact?
Tim, you are in perfect company on this panel. We've all been a burden in life. Every last one of us, even Vera. I know she wants to say, no, I'm not. I'm a nurse. But she is.
I thought that was criteria, to be honest. I thought that's what...
mother. I'm sure
Vera's a burden's burden.
Yeah, I thought that's why Chrissy asked me. I thought... So... Yeah.
You're her burden. Now you're our burden. It's okay. We like it. We like it. We enjoy it. We welcome our own here on the panel.
I would just like to take a moment to point out, I too am heterosexual.
Yeah, heterosexual male. You're our token.
No,
I was going to say our token woman. I was going to say token woman today.
Oh yeah, where are all the women?
They're all flopped. They're all out.
Had cold, but me.
Everyone's flopping out. How are you, V? What's going on?
Good. I had a great week. Went to New York with my niece, and this weekend my nephew's home from law school, so I got to hug and kiss him a little bit today. And I'm here with you guys.
Oh, look!
Yay!
She loves the male energy. She's surrounded. Vera's a hag from way back. Look at her. She knows what's going on.
She's the OG.
She was the hag. Real hag.
Real hagwives.
Real hagwives of Auburn. That's Vera's show.
I've been in LA so long, they used to call me a fag hag.
You can't say it anymore. Apparently it's offensive now.
Oh, please.
Whatever. Tell you what's not offensive. Tim's favorite part of the show. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This week's anytime now.
Hot load of
Anytime
hot
now.
topics.
There'll be much more of Katrina A. Johnson to be seen quite soon. Possibly in a.
I can reveal something.
It sounds really bad. It sounds like she's got an OnlyFans.
No, I can reveal. We will be obviously giving a lot more information. I can't say exactly what's going on story-wise and stuff in the project, but Katrina is going to be in an upcoming film called Black Creek, and that's about all I can say. She's wrapped her filming already, so the film's still shooting right now. I think it's got another week still of stuff. That's a lot of fight scenes and stuff like that, but Katrina's already wrapped and back to her life.
I would love
down
to
in
see.
your corner of the world for that?
I would.
No, she's in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh.
I would love to see Katrina in a fight scene.
She's in. Oh no! Wait! I can't say.
More to come. But
Yeah,
could you imagine
more to
that?
come.
Those boobs are weapons, but I don't know that if they can get in the way.
And look, everyone can go and see blackcreekmovie.com. You can go to the website and see what's going on there. I think Cynthia Rothrock updates it with some production stuff. So
we might do a little post after the show.
Maybe
Give you a little,
maybe
a little sneak peek of what's to come. So we do have some breaking news, and it's not going to mean anything to like
who died.
A good breaking news as of about 13 minutes ago. Australian singer and actor Johnny Ruffo has passed away.
For fuck's sake!
He was 35 years old.
Stop it! No, he is a good kid.
He died after a very long, hard-fought battle with brain cancer.
Jeez.
Wrote a book.
Yeah, so that kid. So he was on X Factor. Did he win, or was he like?
No, he was one of the runners up on the X Factor.
Runner up, but then he became like a soap star. Like he was having his career was really going up, and then he was really unwell and it was unfortunate.
Was it going up as loud as your fucking mic?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He projects from the diaphragm. He's in the theatre now.
You really?
He's in the theatre. He's dancing with his diaphragm. But yeah, as Luke was saying, his career was going really well. He had a music career, was on Australia's biggest soap opera, Home and Away, and then brain cancer and dead at 35. So, geez, Louise.
Yeah, wow.
R.I.P. buddy. And he was a lovely guy too. Like all the interviews he did, he was never like, I have, but he was always like, oh, I'm doing this, so it might not benefit me, but it'll benefit someone else who has these symptoms and rah rah rah. So, R.I.P. buddy. He was a nice guy from everything that I've heard, and I had a very brief interaction with him, but it seemed like a very lovely guy. But we're going to talk another death that's like what the fuck. What the fuck?
What is it with death in this show?
Sport. What? I don't understand.
This is crazy. That's Adam Johnson from the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I was going to say,
formerly of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh Penguin.
It's the NHL.
What the fuck is the NHL?
He got his.
Sorry, as the hetero on the show. Yeah.
Go, Tim. Take the lead. Take the lead on this one.
Yeah, no, I've been deep diving on this. As a matter of fact, I was in a pretty heavy conversation about it with my father-in-law at he takes me to my doctors in the city every month, and we were talking about it for a while in the car. It was really, really sad and really kind of possibly groundbreaking for the NHL and some of their protection and safety rules. Yeah. But anyway, he was playing in a league in England at the time. And another high-profile player who's kind of been in trouble throughout his career for being overly aggressive to the point of being dangerous cut his throat with his hockey skate, and he was taken off the ice, and he was taken to the hospital, and he ended up dying in the hospital from it.
All these people saw this happen.
Were they related to Jeffrey?
But yeah, really crazy. You know, now the NHL is talking a lot about equipment changes and things like that to try to protect the players, and there's some pushback on that right now. But
I don't know.
It really
terrifies me.
The footage was on the internet for like days.
Yeah. You could. Yeah. I had to Google it for like I said, for my father-in-law the other day, because he hadn't seen the actual contact of what cut him.
Right.
And
it
is. It's pretty.
The guy's leg flipped up, but it didn't even look like the guy was being aggressive at that point, though.
I don't know. To me, I mean, I played ice hockey from the time that I was 2 years old until I was in college, and then I played in some men's leagues throughout the years. And what I saw was dirty. I'm not saying he was looking to cut the guy's throat. I mean, that part was actually, obviously an accident. But
I saw it didn't look like he was being aggressive, but I only watched.
I mean, to use your feet in any sort of way is kind of frowned upon because
they have blades on them. Like they have blades.
Yeah. The blades are pretty freaking sharp. That was safety.
Ice skating has always terrified me because I just remember going for school and they're like, fall, but put your hands like this so they don't cut off your fingers. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, ice skating, ice hockey's always terrified me, and that's some like fucking Final Destination shit. Like
in the 60s, a goalie went down to save the puck and was kind of crouching down on the ice, and a couple guys just kind of were checking back and forth and rolled into him, and they cut his throat so bad that it like literally opened up on the ice, and he like didn't know what to do, and the trainers all jumped off the bench and like were stuffing his neck full of towels. It wasn't quite that gruesome the other day, but I've seen some really nasty cuts and injuries. It gets brutal.
Well,
it's brutal. There was a guy.
Doesn't seem like that big a deal compared to all the pads they were. The plastic neck guard.
Yeah, it's not even plastic actually. The one that we had to wear playing junior hockey. It's literally just like a sock stuffed in another sock. Like that's the type of material it is. And it like fits around your neck like one of those like false turtlenecks. You just pull it down over your head and then it tucks under your shirt. And it's really just like a microfiber shell that fits around your throat. I mean, the skate can't cut through it enough to get to your neck, which is obviously the idea. But the first player wore one in the game the other day. TJ Oshie of the Washington Capitals wore one. And he was like, aside from wearing it the first time out on the ice, he's like, I didn't even know I had it on. So they're trying to... They're recommending it now, but they're going to talk about whether or not they'll make it mandatory moving forward. Because it's only been a couple of years now that they force the players to wear visors to protect their eyes. You used to not even have to wear a helmet when you played. So, slowly but surely they're getting more covered up and protected.
I don't like it. It makes me feel funny. I don't like it. It makes me sad. I'm like,
it's very sad.
Just the other day, one of the players had his teeth knocked out with a high stick. And before he came off the ice, he was on his hands and his knees picking up his teeth. And then skated off the ice to give him to the trainer.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Finish the game. He finished the game now.
That's rude.
We had hockey related. I'm gonna tell this story. We had a hockey related incident at school. We were inside our auditorium because it was raining outside, and the teacher's like, we'll just play hockey. So we had the sticks and we had balls, and one of my friends, like, she gets a bit like competitive, and this guy went to hit the ball but it missed and hit her in the face and snapped her big tooth a quarter of the way off. And she's like, and then had to come to school the next day looking like she was dill. She's got lovely front teeth now, though. Hi, Steph. Love you, boo. If you watch this, it's like, I'm sorry, but I had to tell. I just remember he like seeing it happen and her going like this. Well, she's got no teeth. All of her teeth are gone. All of her teeth. It was only like a fraction of one of the front teeth. But
I think if you play any contact sport that involves weapons as well, then you're on your own, boo. You made your own choices.
I'm the reason why we don't do javelin at my high school anymore.
Choke somebody out.
That shouldn't be a contact sport.
I nearly stabbed our PE teacher in the thigh, in the calf. That's right. Well, who gives dance? Who gives dance teachers sharp weapons like dancers? I was like,
somebody in our school, the javelin hit the teacher's foot right into the toe,
like lawn darts. Good time.
Yeah, like lawn darts.
That's like a survival of the fittest thing. But this is why you don't play sport, kids. Like, that's not okay. Like, it's fucking not okay. So, shit like happens. But there was a report today on the news. Funny thing. So everyone's all about doing physical activity. They're like, yes, get up, do physical activity. The worst thing you can do is sit. There was a report today that said anything is better for you than sitting, even sleeping. So instead of sitting down, you should have a nap. It's better for your heart. I'm like, weird.
So what we're doing right now is harmful to ourselves.
Yeah, it's harmful to ourselves and others, but that's the whole premise of the show, isn't it? We are a harmful group of people.
So wait,
harmful.
If sitting is better, so can you just like lay down and watch TV? Is that okay?
I think it's going into the REM cycle. It rests your heart. I think that's the idea. So if you're doing physical activity, you're moving your blood around, but if you're sleeping, you're resting. You're in a rest period, so it's rejuvenative.
Jeff is ready for a nap.
Yes. Yeah, everyone's like,
all this talk about moving around is making me tired.
Jeff's exhausted. First, we're talking about sport. Then we're talking about moving around.
I've been slinging a lot of salami. I thought I was Luke this week. You know what I'm saying?
He's right. I'm exhausted as well. Like tired. I've actually got skin off my knees.
From his dance, not from the usual activity.
Yeah.
But from dance.
Isn't that normal for you?
He's bleeding for his art, aren't you? You're bleeding for your art, aren't you, bub?
Yeah. You've always been a head nurse.
Oh God!
Hey, classic comedy. But look, talking about people who are
into it.
Where's the next pandemic when you need one?
Talking about people who have been busier than they usually have, ladies and gentlemen, after 700 years, the SAG-AFTRA strike is finally over. Put down those picket boards and get back to waiting tables, ladies and gentlemen, because TV and movies can come back.
It's a tentative agreement. The membership gets voted in.
Look, I think that everyone's been out of work long enough. They're like, my job waiting tables is not as good as doing like a guest spot. Union. But look, that's good. But this has put back so much stuff. These kids in Stranger Things are going to be retired by like they're supposed to be in high school. They're supposed to be in high school. Half of them are going to be like 26 by the time the season finishes.
It's going to be like Stranger Things, the nursing home.
Oh, you know who
it's going to be like it's going to be like Andrea Zuckerman. Yeah,
the kid from
it's going to be like 90210 all over again. We're like, hello, my name's Gabrielle Cartieres. I'm 40, playing a 16-year-old. Let's go.
Stop it. She didn't look as bad as Luke Perry.
He's
David Yost was like 30.
Yeah,
and like David too, you could tell. Well, this is what happens when they cast these ones as a teen when they're in their late 20s. They might still be baby-faced during the whole casting thing, but they get old real quick. Like David Boreanaz was a good example. Baby-faced for the first season of Buffy. After that, it's like that a man, Maury. Like,
and he got real small, so he's like, I'm Angel.
Yeah, like buffed up and stuff.
Wasn't Ralph Macchio like the oldest cast member in The Outsiders, and he was supposed to play the youngest character? Right? I think he was one of the older ones.
He always looked little, like compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
I just love and people are saying the same thing. There's that new Mean Girls musical, whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone in that's like 30 something, and they're playing high school. It's like That's a rough high school. What school district is that? They need to talk. They need to talk to their union representative and go, our students are being held back far too long. They're getting their unemployment benefits when they graduate, but that's okay. Do you want to feel old?
Security.
Yeah. Do you want to feel like real old?
No.
Well, we're going to, because it's the point of this show that we are old, and it's just happening. It's constantly happening.
Half of us are older than
every other day we get older, Jeffrey. The Simpsons has been going for like 33 years.
No, 35.
35 years. That's right. Sorry. And breaking news: Homer will no longer strangle Bart.
Homer has not strangled Bart since the 31st season, so it's already not happened for 4 years. He just acknowledged it. Yeah. He said something, and it's made people angry. They're like, "Oh, why won't he strangle him anymore?" Political correctness is like,
why won't you strangle?
We really missed it. We didn't notice it until he just said it. That's all. Like,
exactly, but
there's 31 years of the kid getting strangled. You can look back on. Like,
yeah. If you're that hard up for like spousal violence, go watch The Honeymooners. Like, pow! Right to the moon.
Kid getting strangled.
Well, that was child abuse.
30 years.
Child abuse. Whatever.
Well, I like my beers like I like my violence. Domestic.
Hey, Tim's coming through with the comedy today. Dad jokes.
Wow.
Do you think,
Jeff? You've got a new stand-up comedian at your next show. Cancel any other guest.
Oh man, I did stand up like 20 years ago in the city. I don't know if I can ever do it again.
Well,
now
get ready.
We'll make sure that you have
get ready, because maybe late December, early January, you might be.
Yeah.
I'm putting on a benefit. It's called I Have No Money. But all right, cartoon violence, especially something as well, I don't know, proliferated as The Simpsons. Does it matter? As Luke said, you can go back and watch 35. You can watch 35 years of the kid getting strangled, but we're not doing it anymore.
Well,
The
Simpsons. How many years have we watched the freaking coyote try to drop the anvil?
That's it.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Can you see any of that anymore though,
violence.
or do they edit all that?
Yeah,
no,
they have. You can still watch like the old Warner Brothers cartoons and stuff. That's one of my favorite shows on TV.
I know. I love a Looney
Tunes. The Simpsons was in a position where they got attacked for a lot of stuff. Like political correctness was really coming for them. Where there was there was the situation with Apu. There was just the silent recasting then of certain minor characters like Carl and stuff like that.
Yeah, people of color.
So they were really under the pump. So I guess this is just moving that direction. They don't want the flack, whereas South Park's like complete middle finger to everyone, and they're going to spoof now like the Snow White remake, and they just did a multiverse where everyone in the other world was like played by black women. Yes.
Yeah.
They can't get to meet his multiverse. Yeah. South Park does not care. They're just like, whatever.
South Park's untouchable.
No,
and apparently, what's the name? The one that's playing Snow White right now. What's her name? In the remake. Rachel Ziegler. Yeah. She's apparently already said that wants to sue if whatever the parody is of her. So it could be interesting, the fallout from it all.
She should
honey, how many people have they made fun of on that show and they can't sue them? So good luck to you.
But in this day and age, when you put yourself forward as an actor, you've got to expect parody. Like, that's what comedy is these days, and always has been.
Made it
until someone's done a parody of you,
or fucking South Park haven't gone after you, or The Simpsons,
right?
Like, isn't that kind of like a rite of passage? Shouldn't you be fucking honored that?
Yeah, you've made it. You have made it.
They're more than welcome to make fun of us.
Right.
We love it. We would love it. We would love.
Right.
Like Luke could be. Oh God, I can't even say.
I reckon I'd be like Butters, wouldn't I? Would I be a Butters?
Probably.
You would be like, what was it? Who was the one's mom who was the big whore?
Kyle.
Cartman's.
Oh, no, Cartman.
Cartman's
mum's a whore.
She's a bitch.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
Vera. Vera is Kyle's mom.
Vera is Sheila Broslowski.
Vera is Sheila Broslowski. What?
Speaking of Cartman, the kids were losing their shit because there was like somebody dressed up in a blow-up costume that was Cartman, and they didn't know who it was, but they just thought it was the coolest costume. And I was like, "It's Cartman," and they're like,
"Who's Cartman?"
They thought it was like some like what the hell did they call it?
Five Nights at Freddy's, something or other for sure.
I don't know. Yeah, some bullshit. But
Roblox.
Cartman, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, you better not know who the hell that is.
Yeah, you better.
You
bastard.
But a kid came to Halloween dressed as Cartman?
I don't know who the hell was in the costume. You know what I mean? Like we were just.
It was like one of those inflatable ones. You can't even see who they are.
Running by me. I mean, the motherfucking costume was as tall as I am. You know what I mean? It was huge.
Yeah, it'd be huge too.
I'm like, it's a big ass Cartman. You know what I mean?
That is a big costume, y'all. That is a big costume.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, times change, but misogyny is forever. Brittany, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vera. We have to talk about her because she's in the news. Timbaland, music producer / sometimes artist. Timbaland is in the news this week after calls made in public for Justin Timberlake to muzzle Britney Spears because she's speaking for attention. Now, not to be too rude, Timbaland is also the man who, not that long ago, admitted he was sexually obsessed with a pre-adult Aaliyah. So I don't know whether your opinions on females really cross the line here, brother. Like, that's icky. Like, that's icky.
Hello.
I'm not like, oh, hello. Hello. But, yeah, first of all,
what?
First of all, if anyone has heard Justin Timberlake and Timbaland's latest song,
I didn't know they had a song.
Well, they do, because they're trying to bring back the 2000s and, rehabilitate Justin's image before the book came out.
It's out right now?
Right.
Oh, it's been out for ages. It's called Good Times, and it's a musical abortion. I can't believe Nelly Furtado went anywhere near it. I'm just like,
oh, was that one with Nelly Furtado?
Yeah. They're trying to be like, remember when we were hip in the early 2000s? Well, now we're old and out of touch. It's like, oh, that's sad. But, yeah. Vera, are you a little bit...
definitely have some feelings on this.
How do you feel about him?
I don't disagree that she wrote that for attention. I don't disagree that she's speaking out now because she wants this book deal. I do, however, feel that anybody calling her out for speaking her truth is misogyny. And, I've said it many times, the whole Free Britney movement was, the conservatorship was misogyny. I do think this woman has been a victim of misogyny for her entire life, and I think it's still coming for her.
The thing is, the only reason he's commenting at all is because he's coming after his I have to do it because this is his brother, Justin Timberlake, who's now apparently black. He goes, oh, the white folk need to deal with the fact that we've taken Justin Timberlake.
Let's be real. Is it the concern more? Is it the concern more this might impact the sales of their new song?
Well, no, the song's been out for months and months and months.
Okay, so it's already failed. Okay, so this might get them some more attention.
Yeah, exactly. The only reason he's talking about it is to piggyback off the attention.
The concept that anybody should muzzle another person.
Yeah.
Is just
especially when bullshit. She's talking about decades of trauma.
Right.
Like, yeah, don't talk about that.
You know what?
Anyone, but especially if you're a woman, don't you talk about it.
You know, there's a lot of people in this country who I don't like the shit coming out of their mouths, but we have the First Amendment in this country, and I will defend with my life your right to say
it. Here we go. Yes. She declined an Oprah interview and other interviews to promote the book. So Britney isn't, I think there's this vibe that she's after attention. The one thing that Britney Spears has never needed is attention because it follows her where she could fart in a glass jar and people will be like, oh, amazing, Britney Spears. So I think that like just because they don't like what she's saying, it's like deal with it. And this whole have you noticed that the NSYNC like reunion talk is now hello? Where is that happening? And he's really off social media now.
Be part of it?
He was never. This has all been a big rehabilitation for. Yeah, big mislead for because they knew this was coming.
After this.
This was exactly. I think it will force him to do it. So
I doubt it.
To try and like get some kind of public goodwill. He's off social media. He's blocked out all comments and all that kind of stuff. It's like, well,
he's going to drop a new remix of "Cry Me a River."
No, he should. Britney should. If she wanted to be real cunty about it, she should do a cover of "What goes around, comes all the way back around."
Doesn't has a bougie diaper
that
company
would be
or
good.
something?
Remember back in the day when people used to do diss tracks? Come on, Eminem.
Fuck what I said. Don't mean shit now.
Yeah, Frankie, F you right back. Like, it's good times. I love a diss track. Oh. Carly Simon, you're so vain. Like, that's ultimate diss track. Half of Fleetwood Mac's catalog diss track while you're playing it on stage with your ex-husband. You're like, yeah, that's right. Fucking sing that song, you motherfucker. I hate you. I think that audio should be played over this next picture. Have you all heard the news about Hugh?
No.
So Hugh Jackman has a biography coming out where he's going to tell the truth on his life. Well, most of the truth anyway, because he apparently is trying to make his ex-wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife, Deborah Lee Furness, sign an NDA about the entirety of their dating life and marriage for the sum of a possible $100 million.
Let me tell you how fast.
What has Hugh Jackman done? What has Hugh Jackman done to need to pay someone $100 million for an NDA?
Wasn't he like a teenager when they met, and she was like in her late 20s?
Yeah, she's the professional beard. She's like a long-term beard.
I was going to say, I bet you there was probably a homosexual past that she's aware of, or part of that he's doesn't want out there.
Hold on, wait for it. Where is it? We haven't had to do this for a long time.
No. Allegedly.
There is a homosexual past
Tim has a comment that pops up.
We used to just leave it there for the whole show. But yeah, a past, present, and future that he is trying to hide. But is that there's got to be something juicy?
Well, it's like it's 2023, people. Why is this so scandalous? Why
Wolverine could be gay? Who cares?
Why does he think he has to hide anything?
But does he, or is this just what everyone else is running with?
He wants his privacy. Maybe he's not gay.
Well, I don't know how you could want your privacy and then write a tell-all book, or
I want my privacy on my own terms.
Yeah,
my own edited version. Yeah, my own edited version of my own.
Oh, come on! Are we really making fun of people saying they want privacy and then releasing a book? We just finished talking about the other one.
Exactly, but that's not private. The point of her thing is that she's exposing the stuff that happened behind the scenes, which no one would let her talk about. This is
now maybe
he doesn't want to
exposing his behind the scenes.
Yeah, but
he's exposing his behind. I'm sure.
And her book was also different in the sense of she told her version of the truth, right? She talked a lot about what everybody else did. She brought up some things she did, but for the most part, it was about everybody else, right? She didn't really take a lot of ownership of her shit, and some of it didn't do her.
It's still manifesting today in the mirror.
Apparently there's a re-release book coming.
Oh gosh.
Didn't really do her a lot of favors, in my opinion. Like, it was an interesting read, but
topped up the bank account.
It I don't know, man. That was just
I agree. For a tell-all, it was really just,
and the ending was just
my side. Yeah, the ending. She's still married. It's like, ooh. Ooh.
Like, okay, why would you have not gone in and I don't know. It was just. I didn't think that she really took any kind of
responsibility for certain things. I agree.
Yeah, for anything.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean?
It was
I was young. I didn't know any better. I didn't know. Well, at some point, you had to know that these guys were not good. You had to know this. You had to know something. Like, how can you claim ignorance about everything? You are literally outperforming for millions and millions of people. Like, it really made her sound like, to me, what I kind of took from that was, and it was kind of almost how I felt in drag, right? It wasn't my thing, but Frank could do the makeup, he could put me in the outfit, and he could go out and tell me what to do, and I could do it, right? But if I had to go do all that on my own, it would be a fucking mess, right? So I felt like that's kind of what I got from that book about her. The only time she could actually do something with her career is if somebody put it all together for her.
Was in control.
Somebody else had to do it all for her. Like, she could not handle anything. Which
like a conservatorship.
She needed not that per se, but
right, like she needed a manager. She needed someone that
she needed a management team, right? She needed a visual department to say, like, okay, this is the war. You know what I mean? She said she didn't pick out her own fucking clothes. You know, like somebody to do her makeup, to do all those things because she didn't know how. But at what point do you take responsibility? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, look, I think, but that's a childhood that you would, I don't think, ever want to go back to. It's like, okay, right here.
And we didn't talk a single thing about the book that we started talking about, did we?
Hugh Jackman, it went straight back to Freddy.
It's not out. The thing with Hugh Jackman's part, it's not out yet.
So is Hugh Jackman not out, or is his book not out?
He and his book are not out.
Neither. Fucking shouter.
Yeah. Hugh and his book remain firmly unpublished at the moment. They are on the writer's desk. I'm sure there might be a ghostwriter or something going on. But yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see.
You think Brittany didn't put their book out without a ghostwriter?
She had one, and that ghostwriter should be fired.
Not a good ghostwriter. Michelle,
I don't think she did much for that book at all because she didn't even read it. She wouldn't even know what
Michelle Williams. She wrote the original in crayon, so I don't think it was.
Michelle Williams deserves an Oscar for her. I reckon maybe Michelle Williams can get a Grammy for her reading of the book.
I hear she did a great Justin.
She was great. I love Michelle Williams.
She was a great Justin.
She was great. Is it flushes, genuine? It's like,
you know, the book that was Matthew Perry's autobiography. Him reading that was a fucking.
Oh no! I'll see you that one and raise you Viola Davis.
Oh.
Viola Davis did her own book though, right?
Viola Davis's was dramatic.
I'm gonna actually
Viola
get that
girl.
Next. I'm gonna get.
She's great. That book's amazing. Oh,
yes, that was on my list. I'm gonna go get
she could also fart in a glass shower, and I'd be amazed. What?
Yeah, but I mean, I love to read it, but like when he died, I wanted to hear him.
Yeah,
read
I have that thing too. I sometimes want to hear people if they write on it. I want to hear them say it.
Because like when I read Kathy Griffin's book, that was written so well. Like
as Kathy in her voice.
Yeah, I could hear
like
her.
Chelsea Handler writes in her voice. Like
like
you can tell they write
them. You know what I mean? But with him, because he's just tied, like I wanted to hear him.
Could I be any more dead?
Yeah. Like, so it wasn't because I can't really listen to a book. I can't do it. I'd like to read it. I need to read it.
Really?
But that's a little different. I can't. I have a hard time with it. I start thinking about like, oh, I should get this for dinner. Oh, look at that! I should go.
Welcome to Old People Corner, where we're talking about audiobooks now. This show,
I love a good audiobook.
Listen, I had to sit through fucking 10 minutes of hockey shit and watch the counter go down. Fuck off, okay?
I thought Tim would love. Look, that was for Tim this week. I was like,
I've been coming on for a couple of months. I've gotten one hockey bit. It's like,
we're talking sports for Tim here.
And at least his story had somebody get their throat slit.
Yeah, right. Where were you?
That part was interesting. That part was fun. I like that.
Shania Twain's bus crashed in Saskatchewan.
What?
Who's that?
Shania Twain's tour bus.
Who is that?
Oh, Christ.
That's Shania Twain.
No, the fuck it's not.
Yes,
that's
is.
That's a lot of filler with the bit of Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
That is Shania Twain, Jeffrey.
Fuck off.
When have you seen Shania Twain recently? That's what she looks like.
When we talked about her a couple of months back, right? Something with her concert and her album and all that.
People walking out. Look at Tim. I like Tim still has encyclopedic knowledge of the shows he's been on. Everyone else is like, it happens.
What was the last article?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was asleep. I painted eyes on the outside of my eyelids.
13 members of her crew were on the bus and have been treated and are still in hospital. What is it with country music stars and horrible, horrible things happening to their tour entourages?
Gloria Estefan
Reba?
had a country music star, and she had a horrible.
Oh yeah, Gloria.
Gloria.
So Shania wasn't even on the bus. Right.
No, so you reckon Shania Twain's getting on a tour bus?
Yeah.
She'd be private jet that shit all the way. Shania Twain wrote all her own songs, so she's private jetting that shit all the way home. She's going. She's going. And this one's just for Jeffrey and I, just because our girl Erica Jane, Queen of Ozempic, is getting her own miniseries next year based on her Las Vegas residency show, Bet It All on Blonde. My close personal friend, Erica Jane. But I keep forgetting to put my photo. I keep forgetting to put the photo up so I can go, my close personal friend, Erica Jane, and put the photo of us together. She's lovely. I don't care what anyone says about her. She's lovely. And
well, you're the only one who's saying anything about her.
What?
You're the only one saying anything about her.
No, we covered Tom Girardi many times, stealing money from plane crash victims. Naughty man.
They were just being greedy.
And she's used that money to make promote herself. It's dreadful.
Listen, these two bitches, I swore all these years since that show came, I would never watch one of those fucking trash bag shows. Never. Fucking a few months with these assholes. The next thing I know, I'm fucking 10 seasons deep into this shit. It was like crack.
It's like crack. Once you start, you're like, this is crack. This is crack cocaine.
Oh god, it was bad.
That's great.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
This is starting to serve this season. I think it's going to be good. I can't wait till the new girl comes in and she's going to yell at people. And then Denise is back and Camille's back. And it's all going to happen. But anyway, enough about that.
DJ.
Time for a very quick.
You just always hear the Muppets.
And ironically, The View from Here is based on a segment from The View this week. So, Whoopi Goldberg, love her or hate her, she seems to be a very polarizing character these days, has labeled millennials lazy. It says, every generation that comes and wants to do better than their parents did, but I'm sorry, if you only want to work 4 hours, it's going to be harder for you to get a house. I feel for everybody that feels this, but I am sorry. We busted our behinds. We had to bust our behinds because we didn't have the option of going back. We had all kinds of stuff. So she's taking shots at the millennial culture, saying that
she's gonna get a few shots lazy. Back, I'm sure.
We are lazy, and that the baby boomer generation, which she's part of,
Look, I always think Whoopi means well, but she gets things wrong sometimes.
Let's stop right now. She is very wrong. It's not.
Is she?
Oh God, yes. Do you understand why millennials can't buy a house?
Yes.
It has nothing to do with the money that they're making. It has to do with the predatory lending system in this country, the capitalistic model that's keeping them down. It's like you can't, minimum wage has not raised in 20 years, but the median cost of a house has tripled. I bought this house in 1991 for $80,000. I couldn't buy half this house for $200,000 now. And
you guys have it so. Like, Luke and I freaked out when we saw the house prices, like, in Auburn. It was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
there's nowhere in Australia.
Market. We are rural. We are a depressed market.
There is nowhere in Australia that you could get a house.
I could not
for these prices.
Replace my house for $80,000.
No.
I mean, to piggyback off of that, I just saw a video, like a financial video, and he was comparing prices from today to 1980 or 1983. He did like a 40-year comparison, right? So he was saying that, in 83, like the median household income, two-income home was like $20,000, something like that. And the average home cost $7,000. And like now, like the housing market has outgrown itself by 600%. Whereas the income has only grown by like 3 times. So like, and that's not including, paying back education, paying back, other bills, childcare, all that stuff. They're like, it's almost impossible the guy said at the end of the video, he goes, I have no idea how people are surviving right now just on the housing market alone. He goes, I don't know how you can afford to live anywhere with the price of houses. Yeah, Definitely. It's insane.
And anyone with a home loan, especially Australia, is feeling it. Like, the rates keep going higher.
You're doomed to live in your parents' basement for the rest of your fucking life. Why work any more than 4 hours a day?
Yeah, right.
That's all I got to say.
Look, I'm not going to disagree with Whoopi. I am that age group, and I don't want to work more than 4 hours a day because I have 4 jobs. You know what I mean? I have 4 jobs to be able to afford a lifestyle that I want to keep myself in. Yes, I don't have my own home either because I would never be able to afford it.
When she says millennials, I don't really think that includes, like, because we weren't originally millennials, right?
We're elder millennials.
Yeah, but we weren't originally millennials. Weren't we like Generation X? And then we got changed later. I think millennials are the people after us, like the next generation. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah, I don't consider myself a millennial, and I know that technically I'm in that age range, but
I think it's the next because I'm dealing with all these kids. Okay,
yeah,
they're all entitled. They literally cannot handle working because their emotions are too strong, and they're too sensitive, and they're stressed now.
She isn't. Look, she isn't
and they
wrong.
need 40-hour paychecks, but they can only work 4 hours, 2 days a week, and they don't understand
she's not incorrect.
Why their checks are not for 40 hours.
She's not, like, especially after COVID, post-COVID. I have gone back into retail. But we've been looking for people, and people don't want the work. We had over 60 applicants for the job that I'm at now to hire someone for Christmas. 60 applicants online that we sent an email out to. Yeah, sure, come into the store. We'll give you an interview. One person out of 60 that bothered to go, oh, I have to go to the store. Oh, radio.
Oh, see, I've been lucky. Every person we've had for an interview has come in, and it's always been very difficult to pick somebody, but then getting people to actually work.
Yeah. The reality of the situation is different.
They just want to stand around and play on their phone and get paid to do nothing. No.
But as I said, I feel like I can relate to both because I do in the job that I have. I don't really want to work more than 4 hours, but I am working 4 other jobs and this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm not saying that's not a problem too, because that is a problem. Like it can be both.
Exactly, and paying people to what the amount of money that is appropriate to do the job and the hours that they're doing is a big thing as well. Like for especially retail, like retail and hospitality, there's like overtime you just have to live there and deal with it. But like the minute you work overtime, they're like log out. We're not paying you for that. Log out. You're doing that of your own choice. Log out. I'm like, well, I'm done. See ya. My years of going the extra mile for companies that that don't do it for me back. I'm like, nope, I'm done. See ya. Gotta go.
I had
Enjoy that
supervisor who said that if your shift was 7 to 3 and you were not in place at 20 of 7, you were not capable of doing the job. And I said, well, I'll be in place at 20 of 7 if you'll pay me from 20 of 7. And she said, of course not. This is your professional expectation. And then my professional expectation is I expect to get paid for every second.
The time that you're, exactly. Someone said that to me the other day. Like, oh, they expect us here 15 minutes early. I'm like,
no.
Why?
No.
Like I don't work in hospitality. I'm not a nurse.
Old school way of thinking though, because I was going through old handbooks, and it was your shift is at 5. You're expected to be dressed ready. Clocked it wasn't clocked in though, because you weren't
not clocked in because that's being paid for.
But you're supposed to be set up, ready, and on the front line 10 minutes before your shift starts. But you're not supposed to clock in until.
I'm okay showing up early. If you want me there at 10 of, that's fine.
Pay me.
You will pay me from 10 of.
But then why not just schedule me at 10 of?
Right, exactly. Because
then you have to be there 22.
Yeah, exactly. But this is like, especially when I've had jobs that are further away from my house, I'm not waking up another half an hour early to get there 15 minutes early. You can suck a dick. Like, no way. That's not happening. Like,
nope.
That's what your managers get paid for. Your managers are on a salary to be there to like open the stores and do all that kind of stuff. I'm just a cog in the machine, baby. Like, I'm not there to go, oh yes, I'm going to stay back and do this. So every time I'm working overtime, it's just clock and clock and clock.
See, now,
why is that like
just as the other side of that, like when I worked for the supermarket, I was a deli manager for 10 years, right? So, and we had the same rule, like you had to be there 10 minutes early. So if whatever time your shift started 10 minutes prior. And the reason for that, for us, as far as we were concerned, was because if you show up at 7, now it takes you 5 minutes to put on your butcher's coat. Oh, then you want to drink. Oh, but you want to use the bathroom before you start. Now you're not on the line to slice or help a customer until quarter after. And it's like, now I just paid you 15 minutes to fucking use the bathroom and fuck around the store for 15 minutes. And then you drag your ass over here. No, take care of that shit in the 10 minutes before you fucking punch in. Put your fucking clothes on. Go buy your drink. Go use the restroom. Then you'll be back at 7 o'clock. You punch in, and then you get on the fucking line and work. So that's why we ask you, because we know that that's the bullshit that's coming. So that's why we ask you to be there 10 minutes early.
I just shit before I go to work.
My own coffee. I will put my coat away, and I will be work ready at 7.
Exactly. Yeah, Vera. I feel you.
Up at 10 of 7.
Right, but you're of our generation, that kind of weird, like 78 to 88, where we were that generation that dialed rotary phones when we were growing up, but now we're proficient in cell phone usage, right? Like we could program VCR, but now we know how to stream things. Like we're that weird in between group that Jeff was talking about before, where we understand and we respect work ethic. These kids that are coming in now don't get that.
Ball and we hit a computer.
It's like, I mean, I know that they said it to you, but that's because the expectation has to be the same for everybody, and I can't single you out or can't single them out, because people's feelings get fucking hurt. Why are you saying it to that one? It's like, oh, because beer's fucking here and ready to go at 7:00, and I gotta fucking wait for you for 15 fucking minutes. So it's. I think that's where like we get lumped in.
She's already 6 patients through her med pass, and you're still getting your coffee.
Right, and I just think that it's just as I stuttered over my words, right? It's like that's where we get lumped into that millennial, and that's where like I almost take offense to it because it's like I am not that group, like I'm not
that
lazy.
Girl.
Yeah, I am not that girl. So
not that girl. Want me to show up at 10 of 7 so I can take report on my patients. That's a different thing.
No,
I'm there at 10 of 7 to get report. You need to pay me at 10 of 7.
If you want me to work, if you want me to provide a service for you,
right?
You pay me.
And I know that you and I both worked in places where they've got expectations that you come for handover before you're paid.
No,
and
I've never
they're stamping that out now here. They're stamping it out, but it was always a thing here as well.
No.
Especially in
times, kids.
Private organizations. Yeah.
And there were plenty of supervisors. If you weren't here 20 minutes early, you were late. No, if you're not paying me to be there at 20 of 7, don't expect me at 20 of 7.
And we're not paying anyone, which is why we can afford to go overtime. But we would not end the show without the favorite segment. So here she is, ladies and gentlemen, via events. Anytime now. StreamYard. we must be paying StreamYard enough either. They refuse to work.
No, trust me, it came out.
This vent is kind of harks back to Christina's question after my last rant about Palestine, and she asked about how protesting here in the United States could ever affect change. And I would like to talk about that a little more detail than we got into on that night. There was this quote from John F. Kennedy, thank you, DZ, that said, "Those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable." And what we're seeing now is revolution. We had peaceful revolution in the hot labor summer. There was strikes. Strike is the ultimate form of peaceful protest. The change in the millennial vote. The Gen Zs are voting out the old time boomers and trying to move forward, and the Republicans are losing their mind because they don't understand what's going on, because they're still calling people on the phone to ask them how they're going to vote, and everybody they get on the phone says we're voting Republican, whereas anybody with a cell phone's not answering an unknown number. But that's a digression. I apologize for that. But she was curious as to why I thought peaceful protest worked. And I'm going to go back to the issue of Palestine, but I also want to tie it into the labor movement, because every strike this summer has been successful. Not one union went back to the table without concessions from the corporations. The UAW won the biggest pay increase in 35 years. SAG and WGA both won big concessions from the AMTPT or whatever that association is. And protesters all over this world have affected change. Prior to this recent outbreak of war in the Middle East, the United Nations and the majority of the world has stood firmly with Israel. And I'm not saying we are anti-Israel, but I am saying for the first time ever, the protests are taking on that pro-Palestinian momentum. And yes, we're getting a daily humanitarian ceasefire, which is just like a genocide lunch break. Bullshit. But it's closer than it ever was. There's still a big problem. Nobody's saying Hamas wasn't the culprit, but we are saying that 20 hours of shelling a day to people that are just trying to get out of their house is still ridiculous. We got a long way to go, but peaceful protest has worked a time and time again in the last 6 months. And we have lots of examples, including Palestine and every strike across this country and across the globe. So keep it up, kids. Union, power to the people. I hope that's fiery enough for DC.
fiery stuff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of another week. Thank you for joining us at Uncensored and Radio Live. If you don't already follow us, please make sure that you are doing so on the social medias. We would love more on our YouTube. So please, if you could jump over to YouTube, look up Uncensored Radio, smack the bell, lick a child. That sounds bad. Do something.
Just
do something.
Don't
follow
act
us on
like
Facebook. Yeah, follow us on Facebook. Do we still? No one really Twitters anymore. It's over. It's X. We need to fix that.
We're done with that.
We're done with the Xing. We're done. We've X'd ourselves right out of existence because we refuse, Elon. We refuse to play that game with you.
And it's a peaceful protest, Elon. We're not.
It's a peaceful protest. People just aren't interested anymore.
Who's yelling?
Oh God!
Sorry, Melissa just got home and the girls and her yell. Yeah, sorry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we might just stay tuned to see what happens at Tim's house. Until next. Who fucking dropped this on the floor? All right, guys, we'll see you next.
Cannoli.
Bye.
Full cap.
You got big? On Dakota.